Okay, so I figured I couldn't leave the other video there. Only half done. So I will pick up where I left off with my vinyl collection. And we were up to L. Yeah, because we did M. Yeah. And here we have a band called Lone Justice. What got me into them was they covered a Tom Petty song that I don't think was ever officially released. A song called Ways to Be Wicked. It's been released now, but yeah. And then it kind of got me into the band. And this is a very beat up copy. In fact, it's actually the album's poking out the bottom. It is, of course, a little bit of Led Zeppelin. Well, I don't actually know what number was this album. Was it 2? Or was it the first one? I don't know, it's the one with Black Dog, Rock and Roll, and Stairway to Heaven on it. I don't know, maybe it was Led Zeppelin. I think, wasn't it 4 Led Zeppelin albums that were like numbered? I don't know. But yeah. It's a fun album to have. A classic without a doubt. Now I remember when I found this, it's like I've got to have some kind of Billy Idol in the collection. I mean, it's not my favourite of his albums, but I think, yeah, it cost £3. So yeah, just have a little bit of Billy. There he is there, doing his thing. I don't actually know what he's doing. I mean, it's not a bad album, but it's not his best. Now, this was another one of his bands that when I found, it's this album, the self-titled album of George's Satellites. No, I just, I wasn't really expecting it, then when I heard it, because it's kind of, like, don't they refer to this kind of stuff as, like, cowpunk? But yeah, it's like, it has a country element, and, but kind of more of a rocky kind of side to it, kind of like the, Southern rock sort of thing, but, yeah, the Georgia Satellites, and this is, yeah, a very cool album. Oh, and as I mentioned in the other video, taking me back to my roots of love of music with Free. And Wishing Well, yeah. much as is and probably always will be one of the best vocalists on the planet. Yeah. And of course, Free turned into Bad Company. In Bad Company, yeah, during that time when I was getting into music, they were like the band for me. Yeah, a little bit of a Frampton live album. Yeah, this one's really confusing because his face is there, but it opens like that. So you get the full reveal of him, but yeah, it's very, very confusing. But once again, another one of those kind of legends. And now, the Eagles. What was it? When I was, like, before I can actually remember, like, that kind of age, like, before memories kind of age. I think, was it a song, Take It to the Limit, that I was hooked on as a very young child? I can't remember. But anyway, yeah, the Eagles. What a great band. Oh, cool bit of artwork. I don't know how well you can see that, but it's like beveled with the skull. Now, when would this have been? I don't know, a few years before I got into John Mellencamp. I really got into the Steve Howe stuff. Like I knew of him before and I enjoyed it, but never like truly kind of sat down and listened to it and got into it. And then I did with well, it was actually this album, The Hard Way. It was during the time when he was like a heroin addict and all of that stuff. His voice in it was awesome, the songs were awesome, and yeah, this was the album. Before then, probably his most famous. Yeah, just really well written songs. Cool production. Kind of that country rock kind of thing. But yeah, like a true living legend. Now, something a bit of a jump from the serious nature of someone who's got strong political views and all of the rest of that, to Dave Edmunds. Repeat when necessary. This, yeah, like with Girls Talk and Queen of Hearts. Yeah, like a lot of kind of fun songs. Yeah, just one of those it's fun to listen to. It's not exactly like, it's pretty lightweight to listen to, and it's pretty easygoing, kind of fun pop songs. Now onto another classic, good old Bobby D, Bob Dylan. What's that? Oh, that's right, this was the album with Shelter from the Storm. Yeah, Dylan was another one that, what would it have been? Maybe 2-3 years after I really got into the Steve Earle stuff. I just got into Dylan. Hated him as a kid, and just kind of grew into it, and just learned to really appreciate him as a songwriter. And I got really into the whole Dylan Goes Electric stuff when he started touring with a band. But yeah, awesome album. Very, very good songwriting. Now, a little Dire Straits, making movies. And then, yeah, that's right, then Love Over God as well. One of those bands that I appreciate the music, the quality of musicianship, and like Martin Knopfler he's very good at what he does, but they're kind of one of those bands that he's kind of boring to listen to. I mean, yeah, as I said, not knocking the band. I mean, I got a couple of albums, but yeah, there's only so much of Knopfler kind of mumbling away that you can stand. Now here we go. Now this is probably more so what you would expect from me. Def Leppard, the Hysteria album. Just an absolute golden album. Like there were so many singles off of this. I think this was the album they made just after the drummer lost his arm. And they kind of had all the guys in different rooms with tape recorders, and they kind of just bounced around the tapes, kind of like with each person doing their bit. Yeah, because with Pour Some Sugar on Me, it was... didn't they... I think it was something like they had the backing done, and then Joe Elliott, the vocalist, was one end, and Mutt Lang, the producer, was the other end. And I think they both had like mics, and they were just kind of like mumbling lyrics, and that's kind of like where the whole idea of Love Is Like a Bomb came from, and all that, or at least the story's something like that. Yeah. Now this, when I first heard Black Rose shows, Shake Your Money Maker, I thought this was a best of album, because it's just so consistent. I mean, as it happens, it wasn't, but yeah, it's probably, yeah, it's got to be within the like top 10 like best albums that I think's ever been made. Like early 90s, 1990, yeah. Like very Rolling Stones-esque. Such a cool band, and by far their best album. And now, I'm sure you all saw this coming. There is, of course, Bon Jovi, the New Jersey album, which personally I think is better than Slippery When Wet. Although, you know, it's still, well, there's a lot of good stuff on it, but I don't know, the New Jersey album was just cooler. Had like, yeah, Living in Sin, in stuff. It had, I don't know, it felt like it had more substance to it, where Slippery was, you know, just sort of like standard hair rock 80s band kind of thing. I mean, admittedly, one of the best, as they've proven, as they stood the test of time, but yeah, the New Jersey album I think was better. And there you go, $2.99, pretty much giving it away. Now this is a fun one. Believe it or not, but back in the day when vinyl was kind of like all you could get, you know, there was companies, well, let's say companies, but there was people that actually made bootleg vinyl, and this is a double album, a bootleg of, you know, the Beatles live in Germany. And yeah, some German people or production team or whatever it would have been decided to record the show and release it. Yeah, high quality pressing made in Germany. Yeah, of 962 as well. So the Please Please Me era. Yeah. Fun little collectible. And then with the Beatles, which, I mean, the album's okay. I mean, it's part of the collection, but for me, the Please Please Me album, when I was in college, I got hooked on this album. I know it makes me sound like I'm really old, but because of obviously how albums back in the day were recorded, it was all kind of like a one-session thing. By the time you get down to Twist and Shout, the last song, it's like Lennon's voice was just so ragged by that point, and they were just, yeah, absolutely just going for it, and it just sounds so cool. I mean, without a doubt, Lennon was like the first of those kind of just gritty, kind of like just go for it kind of vocalists. And obviously he was then a massive inspiration for people like Kurt Cobain as well, who kind of took from that style. But yeah, I do love this album. Now, here we go. Finally, onto Bad Company. As I said, when I first started getting into music, like, I mean, if you excuse the pun, if you know the band, but yeah, I couldn't get enough of them. Yeah, and this with Good Lovin' Gone Bad, Feel Like Making Love, Shooting Star and all of that on it. Just a pinnacle of that kind of 70s rock stuff. Like, everything on the album just sounds cool. Now, on to Aerosmith. Kind of an odd album to have on vinyl, the Pump album. But yeah, when I found it, I mean, it has like Young Lust and Janie's Got a Gun in the Other Side, and yeah, that kind of era of Aerosmith. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think Aerosmith have done a bad album. They've always been pretty consistent. But yeah, a bit more of an oddball kind of album. Now, into the Bryan Adams, or Into the Fire. I think this was 87, so was this after Reckless? Yeah, it was after Reckless. It has some good songs. The overall production on it and everything is cool. But for me, it was the Reckless album with like Summer of '69 and Run to You in Heaven and It's Only Love and like the rest of the album was just when I first heard it, which would have been borrowing the CD. One of those albums that it just hits you and it's just like, oh, that just sounds so damn cool. It had such a live and reckless feel to it. Yeah, very cool. Then another copy of Into the Fire, because, who doesn't need duplicates? And then the You Want It, You Got It album, which, was that his first, like, official? I don't know. But it's one that's fun to have, to kind of follow the progression of his career. And then finally, to end this video and this collection, so let's get rid of that dust, have a little Sun Studios box set. I don't know, there's something about just those old recordings in Sun Studio with, like, you go like Howling Wolf, like Cash, Carl Perkins, Jerry Lee Lewis, Roy Orbison, yeah, just that kind of era of music, and those the sound that came out of Sun Studios. It's just very iconic. And yeah, it's just a nice little collection of it. Yeah. Okay, so that officially brings us to the end of this aspect of my vinyl collection. As I said in the other video, there's another pile there. Maybe I'll go through it. But I hope you enjoyed this. Perhaps you learned something. Perhaps you didn't. I don't think that's really important. But hope you enjoyed it. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you later. Cheers.